think we're clear. We've got about 80 people on right now, Priya. First of all, I will say thank you to everyone who has joined us today. My name is Dina Potter. I am the Director of Communications for the Department of General Services, Office of Communications. The On the Square program is run out of the DGS Communications Office in consultation with and support with the Office of the Secretary of Administration. So we do all of the On the Square planning and programming. And we put the call out a few weeks ago to our state employees and said, hey, you know, if you have a skill or a passion and you'd like to share that with other state employees, please let us know. And Priya was one of the first ones to reach out. So we're starting with her. We're so excited today. I will introduce Priya, who's going to give us a cooking class. And we will try to keep an eye on the chat room while we're going, and we'll let Priya know if you have any questions. And we will also post the recipe that Priya is going to make today. So look in the chat for that here in just a little bit. But without further ado, I will introduce Priya Saldana. Priya is with the Department of Transportation. She is an IT portfolio manager and the acting assistant division administrator for development. Priya is a foodie who loves to experiment trying out different cuisines. And over the years, she has tried her hand at many of those, namely Indian food, Chinese, Italian, Thai, and American. So she says that her family, she can proudly say that her family and friends look forward to a home-cooked meal at her table. So thank you, Priya, for volunteering to share your love of cooking and your skills with us today. So I will hand it over to you and you can teach us a little thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And thank you all. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just looking at as the people are coming in, and it's just very humbling to see so many people wanting to see something that I absolutely love cooking. And this is one of the dishes I have made. I just have lost count of how many times I've made it. It's called gobi Manchurian, gobi being cauliflower. I know, especially here in the US, vegetable is not very favorably looked upon because there's not a lot of, you know, variations in the way you can cook it as far as the recipes go. But if you look at it from India, we have, you know, wonderful spices, and we can just do all sorts of things to vegetables to make it really yummy and delicious, and just another go-to option than just meat, which is a more healthier option in my opinion. So today I want to show you a dish which is a star of in India for any functions, really. It's like an appetizer, which is very famous. It's served in weddings, it's served in occasions, it's served at home when you have parties. You can just have it anytime you like, even as a main dish if you really want to. So without and what I've done here is I've done a little bit of prep work so that, you know, in the interest of time, and if you guys have some questions towards the end, I can, or even while I'm cooking, I can take some questions. So I've just done a little bit of prep to speed this up. But really, even if you don't do any prep at all, this should not take you more than, say, 30 to 35 minutes, really. It's not a very complicated dish, in my opinion, again. So let me get started. So gobi, cauliflower. So you do need cauliflower. I have a cauliflower here. What I have done is you do need to boil a vessel 3/4 filled with water or half filled with water, depends on the size of your cauliflower. So I've gone ahead again in the interest of time and started boiling water. Go ahead and up a little bit. All right. So let me start. I'm going to just chop this down into the bite-sized pieces that you would need for this dish. And I might not do it all. I'll probably just because I've already done a bit of it as prep. So I'm just going to take down a few florets. So this would be a good size, I would say, around this size. Let's just go ahead and chop the rest.
Here we have a question. Someone is asking if we can use frozen cauliflower.
Can you repeat that, Rose?
Someone asked if it would be okay to use frozen cauliflower.
No, you do need fresh cauliflower. Frozen just does not retain its. I don't know. It gets soggy, and I've not really tried it, but you might want to. But for the best results, I would say use fresh cauliflower if possible. Okay, almost there. All right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this cauliflower that I have chopped into small florets here and put it in boiling water and give it a quick boil on medium flame for around 5 minutes at the most, and then quickly drain the water off once it's done. So taking you back to the gas. Powder. Okay. Meanwhile, while that's boiling for, and let me just set the timer for 5 minutes. Okay, while that's being done, I'm going to go ahead and create the flour, the marinade that you need to bring it all together. So because we're going to deep fry this once it's marinated. So I'm going to take a cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to take a tablespoon of corn flour. And corn flour is used as a good binding agent. You know, all-purpose flour is also good if it's thick enough. But corn flour adds that additional bind, which really binds the cauliflower really well, the gobi, as we would call it. Need a couple of pinches of salt, and I'm not putting a lot of salt here on purpose because the sauces are salty. So when you mix it all together in the end, you know, you'll get the right consistency. So just a few pinches. Just a few pinches of black pepper if you like heat. I'm not going to put a lot here too because my sauces are again spicy. So you don't need a lot of heat in the cauliflower itself. I'm going to go ahead and give it a bit. I like my pepper mill. I don't like to buy ground pepper. It just makes a world of difference. Grinding fresh pepper. Then to that, I'm going to add in half a teaspoon. And really, it's up to you. Ginger and garlic paste. So this is ginger paste. I've already pre-pasted it. I paste a batch of ginger and garlic for any of our Indian dishes. These are our base ingredients, ginger and garlic paste. So if you go to any Indian household, you'll find a lot of ginger garlic paste ready. And this is garlic paste. I put a half a teaspoon here too.
So Priya, we have two questions.
Yes.
David asked, is corn flour the same as cornstarch?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Said cornstarch. Yes, you're right. Back in India, we would say corn flour, but that is different here. I forget.
Awesome. And then one more question we have, can we add some rice powder too?
I haven't tried it, but I guess you can. It'll just make it more crunchier. Rice gives you that crispier, but this itself will give you a crunchier exterior. So you don't need to, but you can. Here again, the last ingredient I'm going to add to this marinade is soy sauce. Just going to put in some, be like a teaspoon, a tablespoon. I put a tablespoon, but you can really put a teaspoon if you don't want more. That's, yep. Okay, now I'm going to add a cup of water, and I've actually taken, you can make the batter as thick or thin as you want. It depends on how you would like to coat your cauliflower. I like it not very thick, but not very thin either. So I put a little above a cup 1/4. It's really up to you how much of water you would like to try. Now, what you're not seeing here, and what typically in restaurants back in India and even here they would do to give you the color, is to add food color, which is red color. I don't like food color, so I'm opting out, but please feel free to use food color if you, just a pinch of it to give it the red color. But you know, we do get color when we add the sauces at the end. It does become colorful. So I don't really go for that. And the other thing in the restaurants they add is, I don't know what I think it's called monosodium glutamate here. It's Ajinomoto. It's not, for me, it has health. You know, it affects your health in terms of heart problems and things, but that's what makes those Chinese dishes so delicious back in restaurants. And I opt out of that. I don't put that either. So this is my marinade. It is ready, as you can see. Just give it a quick whisk. So there's it. Now all I need to do is, I'm almost ready with the 5-minute boil. I'm going to take this, carry this over to the gas. I'm going to start my oil. I completely forgot you need to get this oil done. I should have heated up the oil, which I forgot. Okay. And this is good enough. Okay, shut it down. As you can see, I'm going to drain this now. So this is my cauliflower. Typically, I would let it rest for a bit because it is too hot. But the end goal is to coat it well. So you can do one of two things. You can either put it all in your marinade and then, you know, quickly coat everything in as you need in batches you deep fry it. Or you could take one at a time and then coat it as you deep fry. But I'm just going to go and add it all into the marinade. Just a way. And then I'm going to so there you have it. Just gently fold it in without breaking it apart. Okay. So now I think my oil is kind of ready. Give it a try. See if it is. So I put a little bit of the flour in there, flour batter in it. If it rises up immediately, you know that the oil is hot and ready for you. It's on high right now, but when the oil is ready, I'm going to turn it down to medium high or a medium. It all really depends. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start taking out the cauliflower from the batter and moving it into the oil. Just deep fry them a few at a time. Give it some space.
Here we have a few more questions. Someone asked, sorry, we looked over this until just now. Someone asked if there was a suggested brand of soy sauce.
Yes, I use there's a brand called Ching's dark soy sauce, which I like and I use, and I find that at the Indian grocery store. So that's the one but you really you won't go wrong with anything.
Thank you.
I know the popular ones are Kikkoman today, but I like the dark soy sauce, so I go with the one at the Indian groceries. Okay. I'll show it to you in a bit.
Someone else asked if they could cook it in an air fryer rather than frying.
I have not tried because I don't use an air fryer. I know I'm probably old fashioned, not up with the times, but I just you can try it. I don't know how it goes with the coating and the batter. I've never tried with the air fryer.
Okay, someone had asked if we would post the recipe on the website. We told them we would post a recording of today's video, and we will try to do that this afternoon. We put the recipe in the chat, but we can post that as well. Someone asked, what type of oil do you recommend?
I use canola oil. I don't like any other kind of oil. Olive oil, I think I wouldn't use for deep frying, even though it's a healthier version. So we'll stick to canola.
Okay. What about, can they swap out chicken for the cauliflower?
Yeah, absolutely. There's chicken Manchurian too. Why not?
And then someone, we're getting a lot of questions, so this is great. Someone asked, what other dish is a good complement to this appetizer?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't have mine.
Oh, that's okay. What other dish would be a good complement to this appetizer?
To this appetizer, you can have it. Really, you can have like a biryani or a pulao. It just depends on. It's an appetizer, right? So it goes with any other appetizers. You might have like puff pastries or any other. Like Indian appetizers, we have a lot of them, like paneer chili or paneer tikkas. You can have multiple. We can have. It's just another. It just goes with any appetizers, really. There's no like hard and fast rule. You have to eat it with something. But you can have it with sauce. Like once it's ready, you can. If you want an extra, a little bit more spice here, then just have those chili sauces ready to dip it into. But you don't need to. So here, as you can see, it's getting fried very well. Right. So again, if I had food color on it, you would see it nice bright orange or reddish color, but it's just going to be brown.
Yeah, also someone in the chat gave a shout out to the camera, the person behind the camera. Do you want
That's my daughter, my older
person?
daughter. She's out from school, so she's helping me. Thank you so much, Natasha. Yeah, I finally managed to get a tripod. I was wondering how I'm going to do this or how is she going to hold it for an hour, so it worked out. So I have already fried a few here, as you see. I'm just going to go ahead and take this out in a few minutes. You will know when it's done. It's brown, and I can see it looks like it's done, but when you touch it a bit, it's still soft. So this dish really, it's nice when it's eaten really hot, because that's when the florets are the crunchiest. But you won't go wrong eating it at any time. You can just reheat it and eat it.
Someone asked if we could use turmeric for color.
For food color, you can get food color if you want to put, or red food color.
You want to use turmeric?
Turmeric?
Turmeric.
No, I wouldn't put turmeric in. That's not color. It's more for healing, and it has other medicinal properties, but turmeric is not. All right, I think it's reached a point where it's ready. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I shut off the gas. Yeah. Add it to my already pre-made cauliflower water. Okay. So what I should have done as I was frying would be to get ready for the next part, and that's the assembly. But let's do it now. Put this away. So for the assembly together, you do need a few things. You need onion. So I've taken it depends on the amount of cauliflower that you have, but I've taken around 2 small onions, which I already cleaned up to save some time. I like the crunch, the bite of onion. You can put as much or as little as you really want. I just enjoy onion. 2 garlic pods, you can add more or less, depending on how big of a garlic lover you are. And then 2 green chilies. You can completely opt out of green chilies if you do not like it. And then you do need some cilantro to garnish. So let me go ahead and just quickly vertically slit the chilies. So I'm giving it a rough chop. Same with the onions. I'm going to keep it small, cut both ways, but should have a little bite to it. Not very thin. I'll do the same for the rest.
Someone asked if we could use pre-minced garlic.
You could, yes, not a
And
problem.
someone else complimented you on your very good knife skills. A few people have.
Thank you.
Someone else asked, they were looking at your sauces in the background and asked what chili sauce you use.
Yes, I'll get to it in a bit, but it's you can use any kind of chili sauce depending on how spicy or how sweet you want it. I like the spicier kind, so I go to the Indian groceries and you get a brand called Maggi, and I'll get to that in a bit. Maggi masala chili sauce. That's the one I use. And then finally, I'm going to just roughly chop the cilantro. And I use cilantro. Cilantro is a big staple in our Indian households as well. We don't go much for parsley. We do cilantro instead. So. All right, you're all set and ready. Now to start assembling and putting it together is the final take on the dish. So without further ado, I'm going to come this way. See here. And remove the oil so that we don't mess it up.
Use the stems of the cilantro or just the leaves?
The stems and the leaves. It's all nutritious. All right. So I'm going to turn my gas on again. Going to put in some oil. I really eyeball this, but you can put in like 2 to 3 tablespoons, as much as you would like. Let it heat up a bit. So here is in the meantime, this is the soy sauce that I use, Ching's dark soy sauce. This is the tomato ketchup I would need. It's another thing I need for this one. And then this is the chili sauce which everybody is asking me. And there's another Thai version which you get in the American groceries, Walmart, Kroger, wherever you want to go and see it. That's also Maggi, but it's that chili sauce I think in the Thai, in the Asian section, you'll get a Thai version of this. That's sweeter, so that's a different take on it. But I like the spicier kind. So if you go ahead and turn down the gas to a medium, I feel it's ready. Put in the chili. Throw in the garlic. I'm going to put in some onions now. Just saute it for a bit, maybe 3 minutes, just till it's translucent, not completely burnt or brown. Because you still want that crunch when you're biting into the dish. Just wanted to change color. That's when you know it's started cooking. So how are we doing on time? Okay, good.
Been great.
Yep. So you'll start seeing how it's turning purple. And just for everybody on the call, like there are some people who absolutely don't know or don't like to cook. You know, I was just like you. I just wanna say that you know, I just did not know to cook a thing till I came to America, and then I guess I got married, so I had to cook something. So internet was my best friend. I have browsed recipes. I love food. As in the introduction, Dina said, I'm a foodie. I love food. So I always tried to see how could I make it at home and how could I give it my take on cooking. So, you know, all of you there who are worried or afraid that you're going to mess it up, don't worry. You try and try till you get it. So here we are almost done, and you see the color has changed from a dark. This is I like purple onions. You can use the yellow onions as well, or even white onions if you prefer more sweet. But these are a little bit spicier. I like these purple onions. So there they are done. They're translucent, and this is the right consistency for which you can start adding the sauces. So the sauces, I'm going to start putting in. Turn the gas on medium, and then the chili sauce. You can put a tablespoon of each, or it depends on how much of cauliflower you have. I'm just going to add some more. This is the spicy sauce. This is the ketchup. And here is the soy sauce. The soy sauce is salty. That's why I had cautioned, you know, all the sauce, the chili sauce, the ketchup and soy sauce all have salt in it. So you really don't need to, in your marinade, you don't need a lot of salt. So just mix it up together. I'll add half of my cut cilantro in here. If you want, you can use spring onions to garnish. I like cilantro. I've improvised over the years. I started with spring onions. And then the last thing, and then see it's done really. So I turn off the gas and then put in all the fried flowers and give it a toss. As you see, now it's starting to get color. The color of gobi Manchurian. So I don't really need color, and I don't like color. So this is the dish I'm, you know, my family absolutely loves this dish. So do my friends. So let me go ahead and plate it. And garnish it. And there you go. Gobi Manchurian ready for you. That's it, Dina. That's all I got. Any questions?
Looks so good. A lot of people are commenting on how good it looks and how it looks better than what they're eating for lunch right now.
Let me just show it to you in up close. That's it for me, guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoy cooking this every single time.
Priya, thank you so much. On the call, does anyone have any questions before we let Priya go enjoy this yummy snack she's made?
No, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Priya.
Thank you
so
all.
much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We will
Awesome
post
sauce.
this in the recipe online. We'll try to post the video. I hope we don't have any issues, but if we do, we'll maybe get Priya to do it again since she did such a fantastic job. No, thank you so much, Priya. Thank you for everyone who attended. And we will see you next time on the square. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.